So to start the machine up, first of all we've got to get the water into the black tank. So assuming the generator's running, we turn the main switch on, and at that point this UV filter light should illuminate green, and that shows you that the UV filters, which are sterilising the water from any bacteria, is operational. So that's all at this stage. When you turn that to on, that's all that'll come on, is the green light there. Next we want to start filling the tank. So firstly we switch the switch to the remote position, which powers up this socket and feeds the water into the black tank. So with the tank now filling up from your water source, your reservoir, the tank will be filling. You're now ready to start purifying the water. Simply turn on the 4 pumps. If nothing's happening, it means that the water level hasn't reached the minimum level. So you can either turn them all off, wait for the water level to fill to half or 3/4 full. When it's there, switch them on. At that point, the water will start flowing through the machine. The pressure gauges should read in the region of between 20 and 30 psi. That's because this valve is open. The water will only be flowing through this gauge, which shows the clean water out, potable drinking water out. When you've got water circulating, you'll have a flow of water through there, which is potable clean drinking water. You'll have a greater flow of water through here, which is the brackish water out. What you need to do then is turn the choke lever until the gauge moves around to about 80 psi. So simply turn that until it reaches 80 psi. Then we should be seeing a reading of around 7 litres a minute, and that's of fresh drinking water. If at any point the water was to get stopped from flowing in from the reservoir, if it was to get blocked that end, this tank obviously is going to drain down as it goes through the filters, and it'll drop below the minimum level, so all the pumps will shut down as a safety feature, so that the pumps won't run dry. Also, on the other hand, if the water is flowing through at a good rate and filling up, the tank will shut off as soon as it's full. It'll shut off because it's got a float switch inside the tank. So other than that, the only thing you need to look out for is if the red warning buzzer illuminates and starts beeping at you, it means that one of the primary filters is starting to get blocked. So it can be changed then, or it can be monitored and then changed at a suitable time afterwards. If the green filter light goes out, everything should be switched off at the mains, and check to see what the problem with the UV filter is. So that's basically how the machine works. Let's start it up and give it a whirl. So with this wide open, we're actually getting 4 litres a minute. Now we adjust the knob. Just under 80 psi, 8 litres a minute. It's fresh drinking water. So if we get a red warning light to say that the filters are blocked, all we've got to do is simply undo the filter. It's only hand tight. And then tip out all the rubbish. This filter then can either be rinsed in clean water, just by agitating it in the water, put back in and put back in the machine, or discard it, put a new filter into the pot. It lines itself up really easily and just spin it on, and that's a filter change. Okay, so the reason this has got a polycarbonate shell and not an opaque shell is so that you can see the build-up of the waste product. This is the filter that's going to get blocked first, because this is the one that takes out the biggest lumps. So that's clear. These you can't see through. These change in exactly the same manner. Again, take the filter out, give it an agitation in the clear water. You can see the water was clearer than is contained in there. These are more likely to be replaced rather than being washed out. But depending on the quality of the water that's going into the machine as to how long they'll last. To do the bank of filters behind there, you would be likely to change these and then you can gain access quite simply to the back filters. As you can see, it doesn't take very long to change a filter.